Welcome to Cruise Through HTX, a podcast about the businesses, organizations, and individuals that make the greater Houston area great. I'm Freddie Cruz, and today's individual is you when you volunteer for the VA Volunteer Transportation Network. We are joined by Dr. Sabrina Clark. She is the director for the VA Center for Development and Civic Engagement. Today, we're going to talk more about exactly what the Volunteer Transportation Network is, what it takes to become a volunteer driver for our veterans, and what it means for veterans in this community to receive this kind of service from people like us. In fact, secure, reliable transportation is one of the many reasons why veterans miss out on receiving necessary medical care and treatment. It's just because they can't get to their doctor. That's a shame, and you and I can absolutely step up and help these men and women who have put themselves on the line for our country. You can learn more about the program at volunteer.va.gov, and please consider sharing this episode with your family and friends from your favorite podcast platform. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ed Sheeran.
This is Bruno Mars.
Hey, it's Katy Perry.
This is your man Flo Rida with Freddie Cruz.
This is AJ Mitchell with Freddie Cruz.
Freddie Cruz.
Freddie Cruz.
Just let you go pick Mr. 305 and you already know what it is.
My name is Freddie, and it's time to cruise through HTX. Dr. Clark, can you tell us more about the VA's Volunteer Transportation Network?
Yes, thank you so much. The Volunteer Transportation Network is a program coordinated by VA and is largely supported by the disabled American veterans to provide cost-free transportation to veterans.
And so what I kind of grapple with is maybe people are thinking that you have to be a veteran in order to be involved with the veteran community. And as someone who has got people who have served in his family, I know that couldn't be further from the truth. So what kind of people who have not served in the military in their career are you looking for to volunteer with this program?
Yeah, well, you're absolutely right. Your instincts are right on, is that you do not have to be a veteran in order to serve with VA. What we're looking for are individuals who are willing to serve veterans now, individuals who want to give back to the veteran community, who have time and talents that they want to share, specifically those who want to drive to help veterans access care in VA. So we're looking for individuals for this program who have a current driver's license, who have a clear driving record, who have proof of automobile insurance, and are willing to undergo the processes that are put in place to facilitate a safe transportation network for veterans. And that includes, individuals that also want to and will need to undergo a background check and take the training that's required to be part of this program. That's what's really required to be a volunteer with the Volunteer Transportation Network.
I want to touch on something that you mentioned. You talked about a clean driving record. Now, I don't know how the drivers are in your area. Here in the greater Houston area, it's less than stellar, and that's putting it nicely. No offense to my fellow motorists. I drive terribly as well. But when you say clean driving record, what exactly does that mean?
Well, unfortunately, I'm not the one that has to actually facilitate those driving records. But what happens is that we submit the volunteer will actually be able to get access to their driving record through motor vehicles. And so they are the ones who define what clean is. So we have that driving record. So what that means to your state Department of Motor Vehicles, I don't know whether that looks different in different places of the country, but that driving record is provided to VA. And so that's going to tell us whether there are citations or other things that whether there have been any arrests or something linked to that. That's what the background checks, the driving record, and the physical, those things together help us ensure that there is a safe program in operation. And Freddie, I can tell you that the drivers in DC probably are not any better than those in Houston. So we're all in the same boat on this one.
And here I thought I loved Washington, D.C. All right. Well, I did travel a lot on foot the last time we were there, but that was like 2016. Okay, so I want to follow up on something. Is there a particular time slot? Does it just vary by area of the state where, Texas is where I'm at, you're in DC. Does it just vary depending on where you are as far as specific time slots in which you all need volunteers, meaning early morning, lunchtime, late at night?
Yeah, fortunately, that's the beauty of volunteer work, is that we look for individuals to come in to tell us when they can serve. But what we also love about our volunteers are those that say, "When do you need me?" And that may look different at the various hospitals. But there in Houston, what I would just encourage anyone interested in volunteering to do is really to stop by your local VA medical center, to tell them you're interested in being a driver, get that criteria, and let them know when you're available to serve, or as I say, to ask the question, when do you need me most? Because when the transportation network is available, obviously the more accessibility there is, the more veterans we can get into the system. But what we do and how we schedule those appointments is by the availability of the drivers. So I think that at your facility there, that there's going to be an opportunity and always a need for more drivers. So when available, we'll take it. With all those other things in place, I know we can use you.
Absolutely. And you said the word accessibility, and what is so heartbreaking, Dr. Clark, is that here in the Houston area, in any given part of the metro, whether it's 59 near the medical center or downtown or midtown or somewhere off of I-10 by a mall, you'll see someone that's homeless and they're a veteran. And a lot of these vets are missing out on critical care simply because they don't have a way to get from where they are to where they need to go to get treated. So, can you talk about what it means to the veteran community when you've got people who are willing to step up and volunteer their time, whether they're a veteran or if they're a civilian?
Yeah. Um, Thank you for that. You mentioned those the homeless veterans and those who may not have access. I mean, VA has a way, and it's so um, fantastic. I've been in this system for more than 30 years. I have seen what VA can do for its veterans, including homeless veterans. So getting to VA is really step one for those homeless veterans and for others. But what it means to those who utilize that transportation network is the words we both have used now several times. It means access to care, and it means that you have the veterans have the opportunity to get the care and treatment that they deserve. That they can actually see their providers, see clinicians, see their mental health providers, whatever it is the service that they are getting from VA, that they can actually get it. And thirdly, it means that they have the opportunity to stay connected to a network of people who are committed and dedicated to doing what it is that I'm one of those people, do every day. It keeps our veterans connected to the network that has promised to care for America's veterans. So I think those are the three things that I will say that this allows us to continue to do. And by having a system like the Volunteer Transportation Network, we are actually helping to facilitate healthcare for the nation's veterans, and particularly for those right there in Houston. We really need you.
If you want to pay it forward to those who have quite literally put their lives on the line for this country, you can always give back by volunteering and taking a veteran or two or three or four or five or six or however many you can to the VA hospital for critical care. The website is volunteer.va.gov. Talking to Dr. Sabrina Clark. She's the director for the VA Center for Development and Civic Engagement. Thank you so much for taking the time to join the show this morning.
Thank you. We look forward to hearing from many of you that want to help us serve veterans. Appreciate the opportunity.